What's up guys, Ruby here from Stretch Health Canada. Today I'm going to be taking you through a full lacrosse ball release for your TFL, otherwise known as your tensor fascia lata muscle. Check it out. So first things first, please excuse the cat running around in the video. She seems to think that she runs the place. Maybe she kind of does. The thing about TFL is that it's really underrated as a muscle. Most people don't even know they have one or have never even heard of it. Its function is to swing the leg out and to turn the femur inwards, like some of your other hip abductors like your glute medius and your glute minimus. Some of you may have already heard of these. One common thread that I find between a lot of our clients is that they have really tight TFL muscles. Before we start, we always like to talk about landmarking. So landmarking essentially is just placement, and you want to be as accurate as you can be with landmarking because we want to make sure we're hitting the right muscle, obviously. So when you're landmarking, you want to make sure that you're not going anywhere above your iliac crest, which is the bony landmark just around the love handle here. And you also don't want to go too far below your graded trochanter, which is kind of the bony part of your hip about here. So this is about the section of space that you're going to be working in. Anything too far below or too far above, you're going to be missing the mark. So just keep that in mind. Anyways, we're going to get started. If you have a lacrosse ball handy, grab it and follow along with this technique. We're going to take the ball and we're going to place it under that spot, just like so. And what I want you guys to do here is to just spend a few minutes exploring that muscle, going up, down, and all around, staying within your borders. Remember that the TFL muscle sits slightly anterior, which means the most common fault I see is people, they'll tuck the ball too far back, almost away from their TFL, and they've missed the mark. So you want to make sure that the ball is slightly forward. When you're slightly forward, you're in the right ballpark. So you want to keep that ball there. In terms of timing, again, we like to set a minimum of 2 minutes per muscle group. And if you've seen some of our other videos, you know we like to add a little bit of an active release. This is also known as a pin and stretch technique. And we like to do this for everything, basically. Okay. So the active release is pretty simple. What you want to do is actually just rotate the leg a little bit with compression. Find a spot that feels tender. Again, if you're on a tender spot, it's highly likely that you're on a trigger point of some sort. If it feels like a deep, burning, radiating type pain, you might not be on a trigger point. It could be something else, so just avoid that. Otherwise, you're probably just on a trigger point. So keeping pressure down, you want to rotate your leg up and down like so. Keep your thigh on the floor. Try to bring your foot to the ceiling and let it fall back down. Again, the whole time I'm maintaining pressure on that TFL muscle with the lacrosse ball. So again, coming up and down. That's part one. Part two, again, keeping pressure on a tender spot. You want to actually push your leg into the floor. While you're doing this, you want to try to inhale and hold it for about 3 seconds. So let's do that now. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to relax and I'm going to let that ball sink a little deeper in that TFL. Essentially what's happening is anytime you push your leg into the floor, you're contracting that muscle, which will kind of push the ball out. Hold it for a few seconds, and then when you relax, it'll sort of invite that ball to swim and sink a little deeper into that TFL muscle. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale while you push down for 1, 2, 3, and relax. And last time, 1, 2, 3, and relax. Excellent. And of course, make sure you do both sides. Anyways, guys, that's it for the video. I hope this was helpful. If you haven't already, please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. We will see you on the next video.